An exclusive report by the Sunday Guardian has revealed that Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar is likely to take over as CM of the state, replacing the current Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. It all started when Siddaramaiah promised the Karnataka caste census in the next 3 months. MLC A.S. Vishwanath contradicted the CM, stating it's practically impossible for the Siddaramaiah cabinet to conduct the caste census and it is a dream far from reality. The Congress High Command has been having these discussions, especially when CM Siddaramaiah was embroiled in the alleged Mysore Urban Development Authority scam, where BJP took the opportunity and asked him to resign on moral grounds. Also, according to the power sharing agreement, the 2.5 years of the 5-year Congress ruling government is coming to an end on the 20th of November. D.K. Shivakumar will be looking to replace Siddaramaiah then as CM of the state. That's what sources are telling the Sunday Guardian. Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, is joining us live. Ashok Gowda, BJP spokesperson, is also with us live. Anurag Naidu, political analyst, joins us on the broadcast. Nikhil Jain, political analyst, is also with us live. Anurag, let me begin with you first. What do you make of this Sunday Guardian exclusive report? Do you believe it will be in November that D.K. Shivakumar will take charge? How likely is that going to be, or do you believe Siddaramaiah will resist this change?
Yeah, I think it's very, very difficult to say. We have seen this hectic parlays when the government was formed. They got a good majority in the election, and then it took them 5, 6, 7 days to decide who's going to be the chief minister. And there was a formula that was making rounds in the corridors of power that it will be a 2.5-year term, but we don't see that now happening. Whether it's going to be a 3-year term and then D.K. Shivakumar takes over, I think we need to wait and watch. But all said and done, more than the power tussle, I think the people of Karnataka are struggling. Karnataka is reeling under debt. There are underdevelopment. The roads are not in good condition. Infrastructure has really halted. I think we have larger questions to answer there for both of them put together, because yes, indeed, it's a double engine in Karnataka. Both Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah are often seen in the posters of the guarantees and the development promises that the government makes. But I really want to also see, as an analyst, that can Congress really facilitate this kind of a swift transition into the next generation? My hunch is, or what we have seen of late, is that they have been absolutely unsuccessful. They have failed several times whenever they've attempted to change the guard to the next generation. They've not been able to do, whether it is Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. We've seen this example so many times, even Maharashtra for that matter. And I think that can be one of the reasons I would probably Congress, by the nature and the structure of its party, it's very difficult for them to facilitate a change of guard. We need to wait and watch how well they can really execute. I really wish they do, because that is a mark of a strong political party. Unless they put this a precedent that there would be change of guard, there would be transitions into the next generation in a very swift and hassle-free manner, the cadre will not be really enjoying it. So I think it's a matter of time. It will be very interesting to see if they're at all able to do that.
Nikhil Jain, Sunday Guardian exclusive report suggesting that D.K. Shivakumar will be taking charge later in November. Do you believe that is going to happen in a smooth manner? Will there be resistance from Siddaramaiah? What is the future of the Karnataka government looking like according to you, Nikhil?
So right before the debate, I did actually call up some of my friends in the Karnataka government and the Congress party in Karnataka, and I could not hear anything which the report seems to suggest. With all due respect to the reporter, see, I think political parties these days are very silent when it comes to leadership change. And usually when you have a situation where the chief minister is bound to change in any party, any state, you would hear a lot of chatter, murmur on Twitter between political circles, between supporters of the respective leaders, but that is not something that we are hearing right now. On the other hand, what I see right now is that this Jugalbandi, this partnership of Siddaramaiah as the chief minister and D.K. Shivakumar as the deputy chief minister, with very important portfolios, by the way, is working quite fine. There are no reports of rifts between the two. There is no report of incoordination or insubordination between the two. And the government is functioning by and large quite well. Of course, there are problems, there are lacks, but that is the nature of governance, that you can never have a perfect government, whichever party it may be. And even in the recent unfortunate incident of Bangalore Stampede, as we saw, accountability was fixed within days. And in so many other states, we see that such accountability, isn't either fixed or there is a blame game that happens. But in this case, an inquiry has been set up.
But Nikhil, is there this 2.5-year formula that is there in Karnataka? this is a similar formula which was also mooted in Chhattisgarh. I think that was a promise made to T.S. Singhdeo there, but it didn't actually end up happening. So will it happen in Karnataka? Is there this 2.5-year formula, and will it finally be implemented if it was indeed proposed at the start of this government?
Uday, that is the way you put it is exactly the answer to your question, that if it is to be believed. Was T.S. Singhdeo actually promised that 2.5-year formula, or was Sachin Pilot actually ever promised a formula like that, or was D.K. Shivakumar actually promised a formula like that? So far as we know, these are all rumors and from sources we don't know how well they can be trusted. But so far as these respective leaders are concerned, whether it was Sachin Pilot or D.K. Shivakumar or T.S. Singhdeo, Siddaramaiah, Ashok Gehlot, or the Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel. None of these people have come out in public or the Congress High Command and said, okay, this formula has been proposed that 2.5 years, one person would be the CM and the next 2.5 years, another would be CM. All that we've heard are murmurs and chatters and sources, none of which is verified. So we don't really know what's going to happen a couple of months down the line. But so far as things seem, given the fact that there is no chatter, given the fact that there is no bouncing around.
But Nikhil, you have, of course, a big statement. You have a big statement which was made by the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, where he promised the caste census within 3 months. An MLC from his party, A.S. Vishwanath, came out and contradicted him publicly, saying it can't happen, it's not practical.
No, so that is, I think, for the government to see and the Home Department to see. I would presume that the Home Department of the government is the one that would conduct a caste survey like this. It also depends on the scale of the survey. And let's not forget that when Siddaramaiah earlier did a caste survey, it was the first time that the state government that the Karnataka state government was implementing something like that. So a lot of formulation and planning needs to go into planning how to carry out such a thing. But once it's already been done, you have the SOPs in place, you have the systems in place, and then it just becomes a matter of your government officers and other people from the government going out and conducting a survey like this. One more very important thing, let's remember that this is a survey, not a census. Not 100% of the population of the state is to be counted in a survey. So the mandate of the survey, how big the sample size would be, how it would be carried out, I think that would also affect whether it can be carried out in 2 years or 3 months or 1 month or 1 year. And if the CM is saying that he can carry out a survey within 3 months, I have very little reason to believe that he cannot.
Manasvi Thapar, do you believe beg your pardon, I think Manasvi is not with us, but Anurag Naidu, let me quickly come back to you on the Muda issue as well. The Muda alleged scam that the BJP has been targeting the CM also over. Do you believe that's also something which could prod the Congress leadership in Delhi to prod Siddaramaiah on? Could that also be used against him by his detractors, Anurag?
Yeah, I do not think, I don't want to comment whether he's really involved or not, but looking at the situation, Congress party would not like to give in into any Muda kind of a situation scam. It will be a stamp of acceptance by the High Command that he was involved. I don't think politically it serves their purpose. They would not do it. I think Muda will not be into consideration. But what would be really into consideration is what is the next generation? Because Siddaramaiah himself said that this is, the last time that, he probably would like to become, and then age is catching up, and then next generation needs to come in, a lot of other things. And this is also talk of the town that Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has been the president of the party in the state unit. But one thing that really I failed to understand when Nikhil was telling, what is there to chest thump that Mr. Siddaramaiah or the Congress party was the first to do the caste survey long back, and they did it again. Now there is a proposal to do it again. So, and then they say, oh, there's a big size and there is all possibility of getting it wrong. How many times you would like to do? How many times should the people of Karnataka and the Exchequer waste their money and you run out a survey until and unless it satisfied your high command or your own egos or your own calculations? You keep on spending hundreds of crores and keep on doing the survey. That is not something that serves the public by and large and the interest of the people of the state. So we need to really be, we need to think before we comment on such things. But yes, I strongly believe that Congress needs to change, the guard. I don't know who it is going to be, but Karnataka for sure is a very strong opportunity for Congress in a long term. And they really have a formidable state unit in Karnataka. But looks like they, as a high command structure, is prevalent in the Congress. They really cannot get hold of the leaders, and that's
okay. I believe Ashok Gowda is now finally joined us of the BJP. Ashok Gowda, let me draw you in here. on this discussion. What is your first comment on the Sunday Guardian exclusive report, and what will this decision then mean for governance in Karnataka if it is implemented in November?
See, whenever there is a guard change or whoever is the Chief Minister of Karnataka, it does not.
Mr. Gowda, can you hear me? Okay, we've lost him. All right, let me go across, I believe, to Manasvi also, who finally has joined us now. Manasvi, if you're able to hear me now, do you believe this is something that we are going to be seeing happen in November? Is a change on the cards? What do you believe the indications of the Sunday Guardian report are?
I think that is what I feel is also the grassroots level understanding of the people of Karnataka. I think there is a change of guard which could happen anytime soon or sooner or later. And that is what the Congress Karyakartas also want. And this is what is something which is also good for the Congress leadership, giving a young Chief Minister, a strong Chief Minister to lead Karnataka. Karnataka is a very stronghold for Congress, and it's a very strong state. Financially also is a booster for Congress. So I think it is very much needed, and DK Shivakumar has been working very hard for Congress, had led Congress from the front, and I think it is ideal time for him to also take up the position of Chief Minister. It's only motivational thing for him and his Karyakarta. I think it's a move in the right direction. If the Sunday Guardian report comes out to be true, it's a move in the right direction, and it's going to be in favor of Congress in all totality.
All right. Let me in fact ask you though, what are the factors which would then spur the Congress to make this decision? You're saying it would be a good call if it happens in November, Manasvi. Why would it be a good call according to you? What are the reasons that would sway the Congress leadership to make such a decision?
One such major thing is all those Karyakartas who believe that DK Shivakumar should have been the chief ministerial face is finally getting its due. Further, he had worked very hard in the Karnataka Assembly election and got good results, got the sarkar for the Congress, and he has been very loyal to the Congress. It's the financial capital for the Congress as of now, and it is opportune time for Congress High Command also recognize new leadership. What has happened in Congress, be it Madhya Pradesh, be it Rajasthan in the past, they have always trusted the old guards. Now it is time for Congress leadership also to trust new guards, give them new opportunities, give them that wisdom which Congress has to take the Congress further and to lead the Congress further and to lead a state properly. There has been mishappenings in Punjab by changing guards at the late moment of elections, and Congress had lost completely in Punjab. So now is the right time. It is not that immediate elections are happening up in Karnataka, and this is the move in the right direction. Why? Because this will also give time for DK Shivakumar's style of governance for Karnataka, and that is what Karnataka.
Nikhil, do you agree? Nikhil, do you agree?
A dynamic leader who can take Karnataka forward.
Nikhil,
Is that to me?
yes, absolutely. Do you agree with Manasvi's assessment?
I somewhat do. I would not say that can be the reason enough or reason alone to have a change of guard, but I do agree with the point that political parties across the board, including the Congress party, do need to start looking at leaders who are relatively younger in political terms. Because let's look at the numbers. That Amrinder Singh was 79 years of age when he was removed from the chief minister post and Chennai was induced. Siddaramaiah is 76 right now. DK is 63. I think there needs to be a change of guard in that sense. But as a general principle, I don't think that can be the only reason. You also have to look at what kind of mass support and the mass base the new CM candidate has. You also have to look at what kind of relationship does he have with the MLAs in your party, what kind of organizational prowess the person brings to the table, and so on and so forth. So the broader point that younger guard needs to be favored now, that I agree with, but I don't think that can be reason alone or reason enough to make DK the chief minister right now.
All right. Let me attempt to go back across to Ashok Gowda of the BJP if we have him back with us now. Ashok Gowda of the BJP, you were coming in here on the Sunday Guardian report. What you make of it as the principal opposition party in Karnataka?
See, that's what. Basically, even if whoever is the Chief Minister of Karnataka or whoever heads the Karnataka, but what did Karnataka's get? Karnataka's debt is increasing, taxes are increasing, but there is no progress. Law and order has failed in Karnataka, administration has failed. And there are several examples which can be cited for that. And MLAs are also saying that there is no funds even for the development of drainage system in their own constituencies. all this indicates that whether it is Chief Minister Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar or Parmeshwar or anybody else, it does not matter unless and until you provide us safe drinking water, sanitation, and safety for women, and the farmers progress every day. Instead of this, DK Shivakumar indulges in his politics, Siddaramaiah indulges in their politics, and out of all these things, Karnataka's funds have been swiped off and given to their high command. Kannadigas are asking only one thing, and as well as BJP as an opposition party is asking one thing, that have you safeguarded my sisters? Have you safeguarded my brothers? And my farmers are growing. Apparently, these are all the myth in Karnataka Congress regime now. Whether it is Siddaramaiah Chief Minister or DK Shivakumar Chief Minister, it does not matter. Have you provided education for us? Have you provided the safe health system for us? And as well, the D group employees in the health system are not being paid salary for past 8 months. PF and gratuity in KSRTC and BMTC has not been paid from past 2 years. And this is the reality. Whether whoever it is, if they are not able to pay the salaries of the government employees and the contract employees who are working for the government, what does this reflect? This reflects that the finances of Karnataka has been mismanaged and getting hopeless day to day, only under Siddaramaiah as the Chief Minister and the Finance Minister, and DK Shivakumar being...
If what you are saying is correct, if what you are saying is correct, that there is anti-incumbency because of these factors against Mr. Siddaramaiah that you are listing out, then perhaps that's something the Congress party is going to try and attempt, to change through this new appointment if it does happen of DK Shivakumar. The anti-incumbency will end if a new person is put in the CM's chair. Don't you believe that could help them and could harm your prospects going ahead?
See, let the DK Shivakumar take charge or G. Parmeshwar takes charge. But if the Karnataka is going to progress under any kind of a person, we will take a different stand. But DK Shivakumar's past governance in his portfolios, whether he was a power minister, urban development minister, cooperative minister, has proved his own track record that his hands are not clean. Even Bangalore development, the corruption has enhanced by 300%. And his own irrigation department is just not bothered because Bangalore development is giving him much more money than anything else. And when these are all happening under the DK Shivakumar being the minister, do you think that Karnataka will progress under DK Shivakumar? We seriously have genuine doubts on that. The concerns of the Kannadigas, concerns of the ordinary people in Karnataka is much more. And when they are just rolling back the schemes which was provided by the BJP government, then have been completely people are
okay. A quick follow-up question before I get the others to respond to you, Ashok Gowda. You've also attempted it in other states where you rule. The BJP also sometimes changes chief ministers in a strategy which they believe helps the BJP. Why do you believe it won't help the Congress?
Back in the school.
Ashok Gowda, can you hear me? Ashok Gowda, can you hear me?
What kind of
Ashok Gowda, can you hear me?
By DK Shivakumar or G. Parmeshwar?
Okay, I don't think he can hear me. Ashok Gowda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Ashok Gowda, your party is also attempted to change chief ministers in other states where you are ruling. You do it for a variety of reasons. Why do you believe such a similar change, though, will not be effective in Karnataka? You do it as well in other states where you rule.
See, agreed. When there is a change in the guard, in whether it is a BJP regime or a Congress regime, better governance is expected. We are hoping for that. But at the same time, the track records are also important. The proven track records are important. So the proven track record of DK Shivakumar and Parmeshwar have not been in such light that it can improve Karnataka to a better state what it is today.
Okay, let me in fact quickly get back in Nikhil Jain. Nikhil, there is anti-incumbency against Siddaramaiah, says the BJP's Mr. Gowda. Ashok Gowda also saying, though, it won't help if Parmeshwara or Shivakumar come in because there is similar anti-incumbency against them too. How do you respond?
First of all, Uday, I think it's Mr. Gowda's job to say that the government has a lot of anti-incumbency and people are neither liking Siddaramaiah nor liking DK Shivakumar, so I'm not going to pay much heed into that. That being said, DK Shivakumar is the minister in charge for Bangalore Urban Development Authority, and I think they're doing a fabulous job when it comes to decongesting traffic in that. We recently, I'm not sure if you followed or not, Recently, Nikhil Kamath, the Zerodha founder, did a podcast with the Bangalore Police Commissioner, wherein they went around in the city looking at what the traffic management city in that city was, and I was shocked to see the kind of technological advancement there was. I don't think Delhi has even a quarter of that, despite being the national capital and despite having such a large police force and such a large budget and this and that. So it's not to say that DK Shivkumar's performance as a minister is lackluster. Is in fact he's doing quite a good job. Again, to say that Siddaramaiah's performance has also been very good, so that alone cannot be the factor for a change. So far as the point he raised about that Karnataka government is facing a financial crunch, I agree with that. The reason they're facing a financial crunch is because the central government is just refusing to discharge their constitutional duty to pay them their GST dues. As we speak right now, over 2,300 crores of GST dues are pending, which are to be paid to the state. In February 2023, the central government released a tranche of 8,000 crores at once. That was not because GST, that amount of GST was collected in a single month or a single quarter. It's simply that the center keeps on holding back GST dues of various states which are being ruled by the opposition, and that does cause a lot of stress and strain on the finances of those governments, which is definitely going to impact the infrastructure as well as the welfare schemes, which is what Karnataka faces, which is what Tamil Nadu faces, West Bengal faces, and Delhi used to face under Arvind Kejriwal.
All right, we will of course keep a close eye on how this story progresses in Karnataka. For the time being, my thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this discussion. It's time for a very short break on that note.